So here's another idea for parent-teacher conferences. Once you have set up your Google Meets using maybe appointment slots or appointment schedules, or maybe you have manually done them. If you have manually done them, I highly suggest using a Google Sheet where you're able to type in the last name, first name, your parent emails, and then you can include those Meet links. So everything's in one spot for you. And then you're able to share this document with your team or whoever might need access to this document. Again, I would not share this document with your parents because it's going to have a lot of different information, but you could share this with your team of teachers. So again, once you have set up kind of either maybe appointment slots or appointment schedules in your Google Calendar, you are going to have a Meet link. So again, I highly suggest that you create different Meet links for your parents. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of make a test event. And I've got my Google Calendar Meet link. And what you want to do is you just want to copy this URL right here because if you copy this one, it's going to copy all the phone numbers and all that information. So if you want that information, feel free. But again, I just want the meeting ID. And so then here I would put the last name, the first name for the child, and then I'm going to go ahead and set up my email address. And I'm going to put the Meet link right there. If I wanted to, I could put any follow-up or notes in this document. So during the conference, if I had anything that I wanted to say or remind myself of something, I could put that in there. However, for this activity, I probably don't need anything yet. I can also make additional tabs if I wanted to, or additional columns. I would just make them to the right, and then I could put iReady scores or different information about each different child, so it's all in one document. Also on this sheet, there are so many different resources where I might have maybe this conference sheet for each kid, and I can then copy and paste that as well on here, and then I can kind of look at it while I'm sharing, and then I can send it off to the parent because I'll have their parent email right here. So again, you're going to want to go ahead and put all of those different things in here, and this is to set up kind of maybe an email confirmation for parents, or if you're kind of setting this up manually, this is something you might use if you just kind of want all your conferences in one spot. Again, it does take some copy and pasting setup, but it might help you make your conference run a lot smoother. So then after I set that up, I am then going to go here and I want to send this parent confirmation email. So now that I have this parent confirmation email, I have the date, the time, the Meet link, and then all of these different teachers. So I'm going to go ahead and file, make a copy of this document. And now that I've made a copy of that, you can then go ahead and change anything on this document that you might want to. I'm going to go ahead and put teacher name, and I am now all kind of set up and ready to go. So now I'm going to go back to my spreadsheet, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my favorite extension, Autocrat, and I'm going to click Launch. So now that I'm launching Autocrat, if you do not have this version, you might have an older version and it pops up over to the side. Down at the bottom, it's going to say upgrade. You will want to upgrade it. So again, if you have an older version, make sure you upgrade it. New job. And I'm going to just call it parent confirmation. And then I'm going to hit next. And then right here, I'm able to go in and I can search from my drive this parent confirmation letter that I want to send to each of those parents so that they are reminded of this conference and that they're able to join the link and they have the time and the date. And then if they need to reschedule or maybe they're unable to attend, I would like to know that. So I just want to send that as a reminder as well. So right here is my public parent letter, and I'm going to go ahead and select it. I'm going to hit next. I want it to pull the conference tab. So if that's not pulling automatically, you want to click that. And then from here, I want it to pull the date, the time, the meeting link, and then everything else looks good. So I now want it to name every file. I'm going to go ahead and pick the student's last name, and I'm going to put parent confirmation. I want it to be a PDF. However, you can kind of decide because I just don't want the parents to be able to edit it or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and make it a PDF. I'm going to do multiple input or output mode, so that way each student gets their own letter sent to their parent. And then instead of my Google Drive, I'm going to go over to my Drive and create a new folder. I'm going to call this Parent Confirmations. And all those letters are going to go into this folder. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a new folder that I just created. It's going to pop up because it's going to be most recent. So right there's my folder. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to hit next. I'm going to skip 6 and 7. And now I want to share this as a email. So right here, I'm able to go ahead and I can put in a tag where it says email. So I should have parent email right there. And again, you want to use that blue sidebar so you get exactly the emails in this column. So you want exactly that. And then I'm going to say confirmation for parent teacher conferences. So now that I have set that up, I am ready to add to my email. So right here, I could copy and paste this letter. I can also say see attached email. If you are copying and pasting this, make sure you go in and you recopy your tags, because if you can see that date, it has a capital D actually on my spreadsheet. So it needs to be exact. So I just go in and I'm just going to re-change each of those. So that way they match exactly to what I want to pull. And again, if you don't do that, it's going to not send correctly to your parents. And I think that was all the tags. And then right here, you can add your name. So again, you could add it right to the email, so that way parents don't have to open the document. Or you do have to attach a document. So that's why we do have that. So you could say, please see the attachment, or you could also just say, copy and paste that email right here, but they will need that document as well, because that's how AutoCrat runs. And then next, and then I just want to keep no for those, for this activity, because I'm going to click play on my own for my parents. Okay, so once it's all set up, once you have all of your information plugged into the spreadsheet, so each of your different students, each of those, you can decide when you want to send this confirmation, and all you have to do now is hit the play button. So this will go away because you're going to be adding more, and then you're going to go to extensions, AutoCrat, launch, and now that it's running, all you have to do is hit the play button right here. And it is going to create 3 new columns. And in these columns, I'm able to see that this is running. And then I can also check to see what the students and the parents have received. And I can see too if I made any errors. And I was able to, again, because I went in and copied those different things, this is missing the time. So I think what I did is I then need to go back in and just double check. So you might want to set up like a test if you want to, because sometimes you can make different errors. Actually, that is not right because there is no time there. I should have looked at the second one. But right here, and if you need me to double check, I'm more than happy to. So right here, I have the time, I've got their meeting link, and they should be all set to go. And if I check my email, I should have an email that talks about when my conference is. So then I'm able to know, and there's that letter again. So again, if you want to use that email, feel free to copy and paste. Just make sure that everything is exactly correct and you're pulling from that blue tab, just in case you made any changes. All right, if you have any questions or need help, let me know.